From love triangles that ended in betrayal and handcuffs,
Damn ring after everything I've been through.
Done.
So you just gonna slam my door?
I don't care, Michael. Go away.
I kind of hope Michael proposes to me here at the fall.
to violent blowouts caught on camera that left fans stunned.
I'm tripping. I might go back to prison my first day out. Can you give me
Two.
Heather, slow the down. Slow down.
These are the most disrespectful moments in Love After Lockup history and the wild stories behind them. Nothing could prepare viewers for what happened next when one woman decided to play two men against each other in the most twisted way possible. Few moments in Love After Lockup history were as messy or downright disrespectful as the toxic love triangle between Lacey, John, and Shane. What started as a seemingly innocent storyline quickly spiraled into one of the show's most chaotic roller coasters.
You trying to be a good boy, huh?
Yeah, more of a man you'll ever be.
What? You more of a man I'll be.
More of a man you'll ever be.
Bitch, you sat around for 6 months, ain't do huh? I'm always gonna make money. I'm a hustler. You ain't.
We'll go sell some more drugs.
Bitch. You can say whatever you want to say about my past.
Lacey was caught between two men. Her longtime on and off ex John, who she had known for years, and Shane, a younger, freshly released inmate she met online. Instead of picking one and sticking with it, Lacey played both sides. Hard. She told John she loved him while secretly marrying Shane. Then she accused John of stalking her and got a restraining order, only to start texting him again later.
You ain't even got a suitcase. You packing your in a mother trash bag. Come on, dog.
I would demolish John if we ever got to fighting. It is not even no competition. He would get his ass whipped.
One of the most disrespectful moments? Lacey called John for comfort just hours before her wedding to Shane. And to make things worse, she didn't tell Shane until much later, acting like everything was fine. Meanwhile, John was left confused and heartbroken, flipping between rage and desperation. And Shane? Clueless for the most parts, at least early on.
I don't know the true definition of love. I know that whenever John and I are together, it's a great time. I know we had bad times, but like all the good times stick out for me. And I don't know why.
Lacey constantly flipped the script, switching between the two men depending on who made her feel more loved, or who was giving her more attention that day. The emotional manipulation, public arguments, and constant betrayal made it painfully clear that none of the relationships were built on trust.
I feel like Shane is cheating on me. He's cheated before.
Kind of made a mistake. I cheated on you.
You're just so pathetic.
Lacey.
Don't follow me.
Get out! Get the out.
Big Daddy's here, and you gone.
One Reddit user said, "That's what I'm seeing too. She likes all their attention. She almost had a meltdown when Shane was mad she cancelled their proposal after saying yes." While another said, "She irks the living shit out of me. She is so manipulative. If only Sean and John were angry with her and not with one another, like she's not playing both of them." If you thought that was bad, wait until you see what happens when love turns into pure rage and one woman completely loses control. Angela and Tony's relationship on Love After Lockup was a wild mix of love, obsession, and downright disrespect. But what stood out the most was Angela's aggressive behavior, especially when it came to keeping Tony in line.
What time are you gonna be home?
What do you care? So you can run home before I do?
Well, I need to know what time you're gonna be home.
I'm not letting you know when I'm gonna be home because I don't know.
There's a lot of tension in the house still between me and Angela. I mean, sometimes she won't even talk to me.
From the moment Tony stepped out of prison, Angela made it clear she was in charge. She had been waiting for him, spending her money, holding on to promises of loyalty and love, but when Tony began slipping back into old habits, sneaking around, flirting, and even visiting prostitutes, Angela snapped. And she didn't hold back.
What do you want?
Please don't hang up. I'm so sorry for everything. I'm so sorry.
Tony,
I love you so much.
I really don't want to talk to you. I don't even know why I answered this phone, dude. I'm just now able to even get through my day without...
One of the most shocking moments came when she threw his belongings out and lit up a cigarette mid-argument like it was just another day of chaos. She cursed him out, threatened to kick him out for good, and didn't hesitate to dig into his personal insecurities in front of the cameras. It was raw and uncomfortable, but it was real.
I love her. It's just a perk that she likes to take care of me.
You went on the lam, you know, took off. Who's to say you won't run again?
I say that I'm not gonna run again.
I believe him. I mean, I believe he's done a lot of soul searching.
Angela didn't just yell, she controlled. She demanded honesty while snooping through his phone. She gave him ultimatums, threatened to call his parole officer, and constantly reminded him that without her, he had nothing. At times, it felt less like a relationship and more like a power struggle.
I don't know what to say other than I'm sorry.
Don't you want more out of life than hotel rooms, prostitutes? It's almost like you're in love with your addiction more than you're in love with yourself or me.
I want to fix that, Angela.
You've been
That's
saying
why
you
I'm
want to
here.
fix it.
But the irony? Despite all the yelling, threats, and "I'm done with you" declarations, Angela always let Tony come back. The emotional whiplash was brutal. One moment she was tearing him down, the next she was crying about missing him. One user said, "Nah, I think she just has low self-esteem and she thinks he's hot and the best she can do. She needs some therapy of her own." Another said, "I don't think she has two thoughts in her head, other than cigarettes and convicts." Speaking of lies, one man took deception to a whole new level by living two completely different lives in two different cities, and somehow thought he could get away with it. Michael Simmons might go down as one of the most scandalous cast members in Love After Lockup history, and it's all thanks to his jaw-dropping double life with Sarah and Megan. While most people struggle to maintain one relationship after prison, Michael juggled two women, two cities, and a web of lies so tangled it left viewers speechless.
I had no idea you was doing something on the side, none. You're acting like I was okay that you was engaged to another woman. I didn't know.
Why you keep saying engaged?
Tell me right now you wasn't engaged to
I was
her.
not engaged.
Tell me you didn't love her.
At first, Sarah was introduced as Michael's loyal wife and the mother of his children. She believed they were building a life together. Meanwhile, Megan was the innocent girlfriend from Texas who had no idea Michael was married. He told both women what they wanted to hear, flying back and forth between them like it was completely normal.
Boo-boo.
What it?
Listen. I want this. I want to marry you.
We are
I want to redo it.
remarry.
The most disrespectful part? Michael married Sarah after he had already started dating Megan. He didn't even bother telling Megan the truth. Instead, he let her meet his family, plan for the future, and even save herself for him, all while he was playing house with someone else.
I had to do what I had to do for my child, and I told you that.
After I found out, you told me.
Yeah, after you found out.
There were so many opportunities. You didn't just tell me.
I didn't get the right opportunity, Mom.
Stop lying to me. Stop
I'm not
lying
even
to
lying.
me.
I'm just
Stop lying to me.
When the truth finally exploded, it wasn't just betrayal, it was public humiliation. Megan found out on national television that Michael was married. Sarah, who had just given birth to their second child, was still being lied to about his whereabouts. And Michael? He barely showed remorse. His calm, smug attitude only made things worse.
Listen, we ain't got a beef. Do you want a divorce or not?
Yes, because you want to sit there with your fat-ass bitch of a girlfriend. Go for it.
All right, that's fine, Ma. So now,
Why don't you?
Even when confronted, he danced around the truth, blaming the women for being emotional and saying they were both important to him. It was the ultimate gaslight. Someone said, he was gross overall, true bum in every way. No car, no house, never heard it mentioned that he had a job, just a young, lost little boy with no future beside finessing dumb women. Another said, when they had that sit down to finally meet and discuss shit, Megan called Sarah a hoe. I was like, girl, if there's a hoe in this situation, it would be you. Things got even scarier when cameras caught this absolutely terrifying moment that had viewers wondering if someone was actually in real danger. Heather and Dylan's relationship on Love After Lockup went from flirty to frightening in record time, and no moment captured that better than their explosive car ride meltdown. What started as a happy reunion after Dylan's prison release quickly spiraled into chaos, all thanks to Heather's unpredictable temper.
I'm tripping. I might go back to prison my first day out. Can you give me?
Two.
Heather, Slow the down. Slow down.
After picking Dylan up, Heather was already on edge. She was frustrated that they couldn't go straight to a hotel, annoyed by family obligations, and increasingly paranoid that someone was always watching or interfering. As the two sat in the car, the tension boiled over fast.
The absolute last thing that I want, and my worst nightmare, is for Dylan to end up back in prison for a stupid argument at Aunt Diane's.
Yeah, turn it off. Turn it off.
Without warning, Heather began screaming at Dylan, not just raising her voice, but full-on rage. She accused him of being ungrateful, of not appreciating her sacrifices, and of lying. All while Dylan sat quietly in the passenger seat, clearly uncomfortable and unsure of what he'd done wrong. The intensity of her anger was terrifying, and her words were laced with venom.
Ignition after I threw it into park.
You bitch! You bitch!
We're in public with people around watching.
I hate you!
The most disturbing part? Heather didn't care that the cameras were rolling. She didn't hold back. Her tone was aggressive, her driving was reckless, and her emotions were all over the place. At one point, it genuinely felt like Dylan was trapped, not just in the car, but in the relationship itself.
I would never talk to any of my family members.
We're out there talking about you, babe.
I'm absolutely speechless.
Can I do anything for you? Can I get you
some time with my husband?
I got you, baby.
Ever in life.
Dylan tried to stay calm, choosing silence over confrontation, but Heather's outburst only escalated. She lashed out over small things and turned every minor inconvenience into a full-blown crisis. It was uncomfortable to watch, a shocking glimpse into just how unstable things were behind the scenes. One person said, "He probably will be safer in prison from Heather. She's crazy." Another said, "Girl, bye. He would have been already there if you didn't make him leave because he was jealous of your aunt's bonding with him." You won't believe what stopped this wedding dead in its tracks. And no, it wasn't cold feet or family drama, but something so ridiculous it became legendary. Andrea and Lamar's relationship was already full of tension, drama, and cultural clashes, but nothing could have prepared viewers for the chaos that unfolded on their wedding day. And yes, it all came down to one unexpected deal breaker: a missing pair of shoes.
I got a big problem. What's the most important part of my wedding other than the dress? The shoes, right? My shoe designer is saying that she might not be able to bring the shoes.
Oh, wow. Shoes are everything to me. I love shoes.
Andrea had dreamed of a perfect, elegant wedding, one that honored her religious beliefs and looked like something out of a fairy tale. She planned the event with all the intensity of a Hollywood production. But on the actual day, things began falling apart fast. Her emotions were running high, and when she couldn't find her special wedding shoes, everything stopped.
Unfortunately, I don't think I can make it out there with your shoes. I'm so sorry. Do you have any backups?
No, I don't have any backups.
In a moment that quickly became iconic, Andrea declared, "No shoes, no wedding." She refused to walk down the aisle unless the exact pair of shoes she had chosen were found. Not similar ones, not backup ones, only the original shoes would do. Guests waited, people panicked, and Andrea had a full-blown meltdown over the missing footwear.
For real? Okay, well, you might as well go.
I love her, but I do want to shank her right now.
Do you care about my shoes? Do you care about my shoes?
What are shoes in?
Lamar, who had already been dealing with Andrea's high expectations and dramatic flair, looked confused and frustrated. To him, it was just a pair of shoes, but to Andrea, it was symbolic. It wasn't just about style, it was about control, tradition, and perfection. Her entire wedding vision was crumbling, and she felt powerless.
This is the highlight of my wedding. I'm not getting married if I don't have these shoes.
Eventually, after tears, yelling, and a whole lot of stress, the ceremony did go forward. But the damage was done. The shoe fiasco revealed how deep the cracks in Andrea and Lamar's relationship already were. What should have been a joyful celebration became one of the most uncomfortable, tense wedding scenes in reality TV history. One said, "She is very spoiled and crazy. Why would you marry someone who just said shoes are the reason they are getting married? While another said, she's marrying a jailbird, yet she's worried about shoes. Some laughed at her. Okay, so I get the annoyance, but girl, if she is struggling so bad being a single mom according to her, why buy this dude a car and rush the entire wedding to marry a dude your kids don't really know? I'm guessing all these expenses are on her. Do her kids have college funds? Cause clearly the oldest two appear to have more common sense and they recognize the foolishness. But perhaps the most heartbreaking story of all was watching a man get completely used and manipulated while he convinced himself it was true love. Tracy and Clint's relationship on Love After Lockup was chaotic from the jump, but it didn't take long before it went completely off the rails. Clint, head over heels and blindly devoted, believed he had found his goddess, but Tracy? She seemed more interested in what Clint had than who he was. Just hours after getting out of prison, Tracy pulled her first disappearing act. While Clint waited at a hotel on their wedding night, Tracy took his rental car and vanished for days. No calls, no explanation, just gone. That was the first red flag, but instead of walking away, Clint forgave her, again and again.
I found out that she's locked up again, but I don't know where she went. I don't know what jail, so I need to find her because I love her and I know this will work out.
Throughout their relationship, Tracy took full advantage of Clint's loyalty. She borrowed his phone, maxed out his money, and used his car like it was hers. Every time she got into trouble, whether it was with drugs, the law, or disappearing again, Clint made excuses. He told himself she loved him, that she was just going through a rough patch, but viewers saw the truth.
Yeah, it's fine.
I work for a major hotel company. I do front desk and I do night audit. I don't make that much money at my job.
Do I have a limit?
In one heartbreaking scene, Clint even admitted she wasn't using me before trailing off and listing everything she had taken from him. His phone, his car, his money, his peace of mind. The denial was painful to watch. It wasn't just about a toxic romance, it was watching someone lose themselves trying to save a relationship that was clearly one-sided.
Because you don't have any felonies, you don't want to get in trouble.
I don't. I have faith and confidence in her.
You know that saying, your actions speak louder.
Tracy and Clint's story became one of the most tragic examples of manipulation on the show. Love blinded Clint so badly, he didn't see he was being drained emotionally, financially, and mentally. And Tracy? She left behind a trail of broken promises and empty apologies, proving sometimes love after lockup turns into heartbreak on repeat. One said, "These darn criminals have a lot of expectations to have absolutely nothing to bring to the table but a criminal record." Another said, "You know damn well that lady had never worn or gone near a $500 dress, and he gave his debit away? She was in jail for fraud. I bet she's going back in. I'm doing sit-ups now after seeing her belly." Just when you think it can't get worse, this relationship turned violent, showing viewers exactly how dangerous things can get when manipulation meets pure aggression. Destiny and Sean's relationship on Love After Lockup was doomed from the start, but no one expected it to spiral into one of the most manipulative and aggressive storylines the show had ever seen. From the minute Destiny got out of prison, it was clear she wasn't in it for love, she was in it for control, cash, and chaos.
Okay, well, I said it was over because I gave you an opportunity hoping that you'd take accountability for it, but even then you couldn't do it.
Because you never would talk.
Because I was talking to you.
Because you talk at me and not to me.
Sean, who left his longtime partner and 6 kids behind for Destiny, was completely blinded by her. He paid her bail, gave her a car, spent thousands of dollars, and let her move into his life almost instantly. In return, Destiny gave him attitude, threats, and constant emotional whiplash. She demanded more money, picked fights out of nowhere, and accused him of cheating, all while hiding secrets of her own.
It's a perfect day today. You're gonna be gone. I'm just gonna hang out. And I'm not gonna go shopping today. I wanna go swimming, and I was thinking maybe you could blow up the unicorn for me.
Really?
Come on.
All right.
Please.
But the manipulation didn't stop at mind games. Destiny got physical. During one of their explosive arguments, she lunged at Sean, shoved him, and screamed in his face right in front of the cameras. The aggression wasn't just shocking, it was scary. Sean, visibly shaken, didn't even fight back. He looked like a man stuck in a relationship he couldn't control and didn't understand.
On my way.
This car is in my name. I pay for it. What'd she think was gonna happen? I was just gonna let her keep the car? Of course I'm gonna take the car back. It's mine.
What are you doing?
Even more twisted? Destiny continued to take everything from Sean, his money, his time, his sanity, while constantly threatening to leave him. She reminded him that if he didn't keep her happy, she'd disappear and he'd lose the bond money. It wasn't love, it was extortion with a smile.
I don't even know what happened in court. I don't know anything. She just tells me she leaves and she hates my guts.
I really want you to leave.
I mean, I honestly felt like this is the only way that
You're
I'd
gonna
be able to
honestly
talk-
feel me punch you in the mouth for real again.
Destiny's manipulation and physical outbursts made it painfully clear she never cared about building a future with Sean. She just saw him as an easy target. And Sean? He learned the hard way that sometimes being desperate for love means getting trapped in a relationship that takes everything and gives back nothing but bruises, inside and out. One person said, "I can't stand her." Wow. OMG, prime example of why there's no trust these days. As much as he has done for her. Okay, tell him to leave, but at the same time give him his card and car. Another said, "I'm glad she's back in prison. She's an evil person. You don't treat anyone like that, especially when he's done nothing but help her." And finally, we have the devastating lie that destroyed everything they built together, proving that sometimes the biggest betrayals come from the people who claim to love you most. Scott and Lindsay's relationship on Love After Lockup was built on hopes, promises, and a whole lot of lies. At first, Scott appeared to be the generous older man willing to give Lindsay a second chance. He moved from New York to Mississippi, bought a house for them to live in, and even promised Lindsay and her daughter a fresh start. But behind all the sweet talk and gifts was a mountain of financial lies waiting to explode.
You are compulsed, and you are going through my 24/7.
I am compulsed to get at the bottom of what your motive for being with me is.
Please tell me what you think my motive is. I'm curious.
Lindsay believed Scott had money, real money. He led her to think he was well off, stable, and able to support her dreams of a new life. But in reality, Scott was drowning in debt and barely hanging on. The house he claimed to have bought? It was messy, half-furnished, and clearly not what he made it out to be. Lindsay quickly picked up on the lies, especially when she noticed his sketchy behavior and missing details about his supposed business.
I don't know if he can call the law on me for carving you into his desk or not. Can he call the law on me for carving you into his desk?
Wait, what?
I really need to get some anger out.
What made it worse was that Scott kept lying, even when confronted. He acted like everything was under control, dodging questions and brushing off Lindsay's concerns like they were overreactions. But she wasn't stupid. She found documents, dug through his stuff, and uncovered the truth piece by piece. The more she learned, the angrier she got.
This is crazy. All these females sending naked pictures and talking about $150 for an hour.
Scott's lies weren't just about money, they were about trust. He sold Lindsay a fantasy, pretending to be a provider when he was barely surviving. And when things started to fall apart, he blamed her for being ungrateful. In the end, Lindsay didn't just feel betrayed, she felt played. Scott wanted a beautiful, loyal partner fresh out of prison, but couldn't even keep his own life together. His financial lies turned their relationship into a ticking time bomb, and it blew up on national TV. One said, "A liar complaining about someone else lying. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense." Another said, "She really just mad because she found out what she thought was her sugar daddy is actually a Splenda daddy." These were the most disrespectful moments in Love After Lockup history, And we're just scratching the surface. Which one left you speechless? Let us know in the comments. And if you love the drama, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping reality TV moments.